Hi, welcome to Always Booked. I'm Olivia.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Danny.
As you can see, we're still only 3 because Emily is still plagued.
Miss
So
you,
we
Emily.
miss her.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should have like a black screen and it said in loving memory.
Yes,
That was funny.
absolutely.
Cheers to Emily.
Cheers
Yes,
to
but
Emily.
with her as a cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Yes.
funny. No,
yeah,
we have
absolutely.
to. All right.
We have to.
Okay,
Anyways,
but
Okay, yay.
this episode,
welcome to our special episode.
this is a special
It's a big one.
We're not talking about a book specifically. We're talking about books.
We're talking about books,
Obviously.
plural.
We're doing a fun end of year episode, recapping some of our favorite books, books we hated, books we'd recommend,
We hated.
doing some bookish superlatives. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
It's
And
an-
we have champagne.
yeah, I
We
mean,
do.
like, what else could you need?
It's gonna
Most
be a good
importantly.
time. We're going to kick things off with popular Booktok books. Give them like a yes, no, or maybe a star review if we please. Trash them, praise them.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about Booktok books. Okay, the first one, you can't leave it off the list because it is Booktok, the ACOTAR series.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's
Love.
the gateway drug.
It's the gateway drug.
Yes.
It's a
Gateway
yes
drug.
for me.
It's a great
It's a
time.
yes.
And if we had to rate the entire series, like I'd give it a 5 stars, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Has a little bit
Done.
of everything.
I
yeah.
love it.
So good.
There's no reason to not like it.
I agree.
Agreed.
If you don't like it, you have a Samsung Flip.
Yeah.
And-
Trying too
right.
hard to be
Trying
different.
too hard to be
Yes.
different. Absolutely.
So true.
No, you do you, but it's a good one. Next one, not in the fantasy genre, The Women by Kristen Hanna.
Hey, and I have strong feelings about this one. So I'm going to go yes, 4 stars, because it's a book that I did not enjoy reading, but it's a book that I think about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's so interesting. Just like, I felt like I was in Nam.
Yeah. Well, it's like educational.
Yeah, like I learned so much, and it just adds a whole new layer of perspective to war, like especially from like a woman's point of view.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just a book I think about all the time.
Yeah, and I agree. I did not have fun reading it either. And I always made the joke that that book is feminism for boomers, but not in like a derogatory way. Like it truly is
Yeah.
their
for sure.
experiences and really important. I think the story is really important.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
I
So I
would
would
give
say
it the same.
yeah.
I give it 4 stars. And I
Yeah.
agree. It wasn't very fun reading.
I think you just have to know that going into it. Like this is
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
I think it was the pacing was a little slow.
yeah.
Right.
I thought, and also like I'm just not a historical fiction girl, so I think that added something
Yeah.
to it.
I think even
just-
if you're not, it does cover important topics.
Yes,
yeah.
That you would care about. Like
agreed.
even her mental health and how women are viewed and all
Right.
that. Like
PTSD.
That's what kept me
Yeah.
reading though.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
the historical context of the time. That's what kept me interested. But like even
Absolutely.
like the love plots and stuff like that, they were just kind of like okay.
yeah.
that-
But they
yeah.
were interesting in their own way. That was one thing I really appreciated about that book, because usually you pick up a book, you're like, okay, great. There's going to be a rising action. It's going to be a climax. Everything's going to go well in the end. And I can't really say that that's the format that book followed.
It
Like,
did not.
it was refreshingly different.
Mm-hmm.
Which
and-
I think a lot of her books kind of follow that sort of
Gotcha. I've
real
never read another
life
Kristen Hanna,
pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why some people like it. But
which refreshing.
yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. So if you're into that, totally read it.
I think it's worth a read. It was
Yeah.
also we read it for book club.
Yeah.
And it was a good book club book.
For sure. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. A lot of discussion points.
Yeah.
A lot
That
of
was
thinking
great.
things. Okay, next one, Funny Story by Emily Henry.
I haven't read that one.
I didn't even read it because I'm an Emily Henry hater.
Oh, I was thinking Happy Place because that was our book club book. No, I just read Funny Story and I have opinions.
Well,
You're the
you're
only
the
one that's
only one
read
with
it, so
opinions.
please, by all means.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna look this up because I was talking to my friend as I was reading it because she read it, and I sent her a ranking of my Emily Henry books. Like I read this like last week.
You know, Happy Place is on the bottom of that list.
Happy
'cause
Place-
That book was not it.
Mm-mm.
And you're right, it is. Okay, so I am a beach read number 1, book lovers number 2,
Mhm.
people we meet on vacation number 3, happy place number 4. Okay, Funny Story, I would probably put No, I really liked it. It'd probably be my second Emily Henry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
love Beach Read. I love the story of Beach Read and like
I
all
like
the
Beach
themes
Read,
that
too.
she touches on.
Yeah.
Funny Story was really good. Like I loved the exploration of her family dynamics very specifically. It's fake dating, which is like
Yeah.
sometimes, but like it just kind of set up the plot, and I really like that male main character.
Mm.
Like she writes a very appealing male main character. She's not great at female main characters, I don't think, because they all are kind of the same.
Yeah.
But this one was good. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Funny Story was good. I do recommend reading that
Okay.
one.
Okay, cool.
It's a yes.
Love.
I have no opinions.
Neither.
Next one, House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. Actually, I think this is controversial because some people hated that book so much,
Right.
like it did not live up to their expectations. Me, I loved it.
Absolutely.
I had a great time with it.
Can we share with the class like our experience reading that?
Yeah, I think we should.
Me, Emily, and Olivia spent the day reading it. Well, I went to work and I met them afterwards.
Yeah, we
but
took off work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I met them at a coffee shop, and I'm like trying to listen to the book while I'm at work and like make sure I'm still pacing with them,
Insane.
which was impossible. So then I meet them at a coffee shop, and like this is reading on X Games mode. Like
Truly.
they're so far ahead of me, and I'm desperate to catch up because I can't stand to be behind. And so I have my headphones in, listening to this book at 3 times speed. I've got the
Insane.
book in my hand, like flipping. Where are you guys at? Okay, flipping. Okay, this is where I'm at. Flipping.
Which is so insane for a book like this too, though, because
know.
it is information overload. It is not like just like some story. It is like meat.
right.
It's everything I wanted anyway. Like I
Oh,
love the
yeah.
information and connections and context and everything that came with this book. It did go sci-fi at the end, and I wasn't prepared for that, but I didn't hate it.
yeah,
I think people just had too much time between Crescent City 2
agree.
and this one to like make their theories and sit in it and develop their expectations, and it just didn't hit that.
I think it was such a fun like divergence from the ACOTAR and Throne of Glass
Totally
worlds.
agree.
Like it was so fun. The characters are so fun. We were joking about this earlier, but like in general, Crescent City is just like Zootopia.
Mhm.
Like I think that was such a fun read, and finally getting answers felt so
Right.
satisfying.
And be like even more answers than what you needed.
She gave us enough information to have more questions.
Exactly. Which I
Which
freaking
was so
love.
good. It was so good.
And there were a lot of, even though we had like theories and stuff figured out, there
Yeah.
were still so many aha moments that were like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And you get to know more characters from the Crescent City world. Like, I don't know. I loved it.
I think
I need to read it again.
agree. I think there was a lot of her characters in Crescent City are dynamic, but like there was a lot of depth in the characters
For
for this
sure.
last one. So if you didn't like it, girl, please go read it again.
Or like, help me understand why. I truly can't imagine not.
Right.
I had such a good time with it.
Also, I think it's worth saying that I'm a Crescent City apologist. Like that's my
That's
SJM
fair.
series of choice, I think. Yeah,
I thought
I
it
think
was
I'm gonna say that.
legitimately a good book, though.
agree.
I think my only thing with it was like Bryce's character
Yeah,
being written differently than the Bryce that we knew.
agree.
Which I don't know that. I'm sure it was intentional, or maybe not.
I can't tell if she evolved or not.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
thing that bugged me. Like,
Agree.
are you going backwards, or what are we doing here? But I still liked it,
Oh, 100%. I like.
and I love my man Rune Dannon. I
You know
love
what
him
was-
even more after this one.
No, true, because he kind of took center stage in that last book.
Oh, the bonus chapter. Have you read all the bonus chapters?
Of course I have.
His bonus
Hey,
chapter with someone else. I'm not gonna
sobbed.
spoil it.
Sobbed.
I was weeping.
I thought of you the entire
Me
time.
too! That's
Yeah.
why I was crying.
Mhm.
We can't say
Sobbed.
more. We can't say more. Atticus is around the corner. He's not read that one yet. You haven't
Right.
read
I
Crescent
haven't
City
read
yet.
it yet.
Oh my gosh. And I don't want to give spoilers for it
Yeah,
for people that haven't read
no.
it yet. But
Crescent City is also one where like ACOTAR, yeah, the inner circle is like a standout. I think Crescent City has such good side characters.
yeah, they do.
And especially this last book, they all got
You
to
don't
like
see him
shine.
coming. You don't see him coming the way
Yeah.
they do.
Like Therian and Ethan, like say what you want about them, love them.
I hate them still, but I did enjoy
Valid.
reading.
And even like Rune's roommates,
Oh yeah, like
those are
Declan
fun.
and
Yeah. So, anyways, I think the side characters really shine in Crescent City, especially this last one.
yeah,
So,
I agree.
Anyways,
Love it. I think you should read it. Okay. Oh, next one. I don't know if you guys have read this one.
No,
A
we're out
Fate
on
Inked in
this.
Blood. You guys haven't read it?
No.
Oh, I really liked it. Like, it was a really good read. It's not super long, so it didn't feel like
series.
duology, I think. And the next one comes out next year.
I like those.
So it's like Norse mythology based, which was different for me. And fantasy usually it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
a little bit different. So it's like Vikings.
Cool.
And there is magic in it. So you learn like all these sort of rituals and things of Viking mythology and magic. And the main, the female main character is she's just like badass, you know, like
yeah.
at the beginning of it, she doesn't want to get married to whoever she needs to get married to.
Mhm.
She's harboring a secret of like magic that gets her exiled. And
Right.
it's just a good story. And there's romance in it too.
Naturally.
And the main guy is pretty hot as well.
Of
It's just an easy
sold.
read. It's fun. You like the characters.
Right.
It's easy to read. I don't know. I loved it.
Normalize duologies.
Right.
Yeah.
Normalize duologies. I don't need to be reading epics.
I think this one's just a duology. I think.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not, you heard it here first. Normalize duology.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I know you're going to have some things to say about this. Powerless. She's speechless.
my boyfriend, Kai Azer. No one's doing it like him.
No, and that's
no
so
one is doing it like
true.
him.
And as a book,
It sucks.
it sucks. Like, these are terrible books, respectfully. Like,
yeah.
they're not good. They don't have a lot of plot.
Yeah.
They do kind of feel like a hodgepodge of all fantasy books mushed
Yeah.
into one.
Especially if you've read the Red Queen series, it definitely feels like those books. But
yeah, and the Hunger Games. And like,
yeah.
so they're not like good books. It's not
It's not
excellent
original.
writing.
Yeah.
But Kai,
Kai.
I would read 500 books of Kai, I think.
I would
To be
too.
so honest.
No, right. Anything to keep that man in my life daily. Like, he's perfect.
He is
I just
too
want-
good.
I just want books full of his like internal monologue
Right.
about Peyton,
Yeah.
but replace Peyton with mine. Maybe
Hannah.
I just want like Kai's POV, but it's all YN.
Yeah.
You want a fan fiction.
A fanfic, yeah.
And that
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
But it's fun to read. The easiest of reads.
Oh, so
Very
easy.
predictable. And I actually said at one point, all the audios, if you like look at this book on Booktok, there's a lot of good audios because the audiobook narrator, his voice is
Perfect.
actually perfect for the character as well.
Wow.
I actually
like-
want him to read everything.
100%. It is too good. You have to listen to clips of it.
Yeah.
But like the audios on Booktok are better than the book itself.
Right.
However, you
Mm.
will have a fun time. You know what I mean? Like,
Vibes are up.
and that's all I ask.
And at the end of the day, like if you're a trope person, like if you just like fun tropes,
yeah.
it's your book. Like
Perfect
it's
book.
such an easy read. It's got all your favorite tropes in it. It's got the one bed. It's got the if you're into
Force
like
proximity.
force proximity and like the underground fighting thing, like
Yeah.
enemies to lovers, to friends to lovers, to secrets to whatever.
So many
it's
things.
there. They've got it. They've got you covered.
Yeah.
Love.
So I would say yes.
I'm saying yes too. I love them.
Okay, Crimson Moth, Heartless Hunter, same book. It's just different titles in the UK and the US. We read this one for book club.
We did.
I'm out.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that you didn't like it. That makes me so mad, actually.
know. I
No,
enjoyed
It
it.
was boring.
You're so wrong.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I liked
I thought it was a good
it.
read. I would put it in the I haven't read Powerless, but I would put it in the same category where it's like not the best book you'll ever read, but like you'll have a good time.
I think I would be offended putting it in the same category as Powerless
Because it's so much worse.
because it's so much better. Like,
Oh,
plot-wise.
this one's better.
Yeah.
Crimson Moth is better.
Plot-wise,
wow.
writing-wise.
Joking.
What? Powerless was literally nothing. Like, literally nothing happens in that book.
You're telling me something happens in Crimson Moth?
So many things
Nothing
happen.
happens in Crimson Moth.
Yes, it does.
No, literally it doesn't. Oh my.
You're
Is this our first
crazy.
fight?
Did you read this book?
I did. And I hated every second of it. Like, are you
No.
joking? You're telling me that this girl
Wait,
Crimson Moth.
but don't give like spoilers, I guess,
Oh.
if you can.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
guess it doesn't
yeah.
matter. Spoilers for Crimson Moth.
Right.
Right. Who cares?
You're telling me this girl who is supposed to be like, what is it? She's a witch,
She's a
right?
witch.
Yeah, she's a witch, and she's supposed to be like uber good and like doing all these things. We get one scene of her supposedly like saving people.
Because to be a witch, you are killed, so she can't be a practicing witch.
Right, but we are not given any reason to believe she's any good or like she's doing any good this whole time. Like we don't see her really like utilize this power. Like
She's literally saving witches the entire book
she does it once.
because it's in the span of like 2 days.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If this book was going to be good, I needed to be bought in. It's the same reason why I don't think Favor's a good
That's
artist.
so
like,
crazy.
What?
I was so bought in. I liked her.
Oh my god, I'm opinionated.
What was her name?
I don't remember.
Crimson Moth.
No.
Yeah, but I forgot her name.
I forgot her name too.
Forgettable.
Yeah, she is a witch. People hunt down and kill witches because they're afraid of them.
Her love interest was good.
because
liked
she's
him.
torn between the
Oh, yeah.
brothers. There was a love triangle.
Yeah. I like that.
I do
plot,
like a trope where like
and that was
the guard,
true enemies to lovers.
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Like an actual, and that's refreshing because usually it's not enemies.
Right.
Yeah.
Like rivals. Anyway,
It was a good time. I think
liked
also
it.
easy read.
easy
Definitely
read for sure. And that one
Very
is a
easy.
duology as well, I
For sure.
think, with the
Yeah.
next one coming out next year. I liked it. I remember for book club, we had the little vials of period blood.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So in the book, you have to use blood for magic. And it used to be that witches would like cut themselves for the blood. And it was like a badge of honor, their scars.
Mhm.
But then that's what they used to identify witches. So she doesn't cut herself. She like saves her period blood to be able to do any sort of magic.
Mhm.
So we had little
Right.
vials of like red wine.
Yeah.
yeah, that
For
was
book club.
crazy.
Yeah.
That
We
was
also had
crazy.
butterflies on the ceiling, which was cute.
Yeah,
Or
the little
moths.
Yeah, that was a
Crimson
cutie
moths.
one.
And we
Yeah.
had that opera cake that I made. I'm really proud of that opera cake
Oh,
till the day
yeah.
I die.
Yeah.
You killed it.
It
They
was
made
delicious.
it on a couple weeks ago on British Bake Off. They made it for the technical, and I was like, I did that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Oh, I don't know that we can do this one because Emily's not here. Have you guys read Quicksilver?
No.
Emily's
Should we
the
call
only
her?
one. Yeah, let's call her. I know she has
We're
some
gonna phone
Phone a
opinions.
friend.
Because this one I haven't read, and solely because the cover of it is insanely bad. And also, the main
Really?
character's name is Kingfisher,
Oh,
and he's supposed to be
gross.
hot.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be
not.
tough for me.
Hey, girl. Say hey to the pod.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Are you alive?
I'm alive.
Oh, we miss.
We do miss.
I hope you guys are having a terrible time.
We are. Don't worry.
You
Yeah.
sound
Okay,
sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going through popular Booktok books, and
Okay.
Quicksilver is on the list, and we've literally never read it. And I know you have and have a about it. Is this a yes, no, maybe? What are your thoughts on?
Oh, it's a big yes for me.
Tell us more.
Oh, do you want to know what it's about?
No, we want to know
Give
how
a
you felt
pitch.
about
Like
it.
why you like it? Yeah, the
Yeah,
elevator pitch.
What are your passions about it?
Oh, okay. It has everything I think that you want in a fantasy book. There's fae, there's vampires, there's witches.
Vampires? I did not know there
There's
was vampires in this book.
Unique. Yeah, there's unique. It's a unique magic system. A sprinkle of spice. A hot main character.
But
It's
Emily, his name is Kingfisher. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, that is correct.
Oh, Your Honor, I am out.
That is
Your
so
Honor, I am
difficult
out on
for me.
that.
That is so difficult.
Wait, hold on. I have a easily accessible quote that maybe will convince you otherwise.
Oh yeah, tell us.
Does it help to know that his nickname is Fisher?
No.
Not at all.
Okay, great. I'll take out the explicitness at the beginning of the quote.
Okay.
It says, I'm about to introduce you to all 7 gods. When you meet them, don't forget to tell them I'm the one you worship on your knees.
Actually,
Oh my god.
I feel scandalized.
no.
Scandalocious.
Scandalocious.
I'm gonna need to pause and go read
Oh.
that book
Oh
immediately.
my God. That's crazy. Thank you so much for this input,
Wow.
Emily.
Welcome.
We miss you.
We miss
Love you. Feel
you.
better.
Feel better.
Feel better. Love
Yes.
you.
Hey, I just real quick, I saw on the list that you guys had Powerless on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a big no for me. I just wanna
Oh
throw
my
it there.
gosh.
Not
Hey.
a big no, but like maybe it's a maybe. It just, it's not for me.
No, yeah, it's an awful book.
I mean, right.
Cool.
Well, we love you.
Well, love you.
Love you.
Have fun, I
Bye.
guess.
Bye.
Have fun, I guess.
Yeah.
That's so fair. Oh, I should have
Oh.
kept her on for this next one. I don't think you guys have read it. When the Moon Hatched.
Oh, yeah, no.
Nope.
Oh, it's a big yes for me. It is a very large, thick book.
Like Crescent City.
I don't know if it's the same page count, but it feels the same.
Okay.
Like you are dedicated to it. However, the FMC and MMC, they're both, I love them both. It's also a fantasy book, but it is a unique magic system. There are dragons in it, or there used to be
Dragons.
dragons and fairies and it's all very unique. And the story, the pacing, like, is fun too because big things will happen and you're like, oh, I still have like a huge chunk of the story left. Overall, I really liked it. However, it is like a little difficult to get into because you have to world build so much and understand so much context of what's going on. But then she sprinkles it throughout and you have like those aha moments. And actually the main character, she's like lost a lot of her memory and she starts getting memories back as it goes.
I love a
and
lost
you
memory
learn
trope.
it with her.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's just
cool.
it's very good. And there's not a ton of spice, but a little bit. And the spice is really good and relevant to the story and the character growth and all that sort of stuff. I loved it. 5-star read for me this
Cool.
year, actually.
Wow.
Okay. Well, with 2025 coming up, we know that there is some big releases coming. And something I actually would like to say is after like COVID and everything, I feel like publishing timelines have been pushed back so far. And I feel like we're still feeling the effects of that. That's
Yeah.
why like some of our favorite series are like taking too long to come out and like finish and whatnot, just because like production was backed up.
Yeah.
And so I'm so excited to feel like we're finally getting like reaping the benefits of all that.
Yeah.
So without further ado, what are your most anticipated reads this year?
Oh my gosh. Do you need to look at the
I
list
think
or
we
no?
have the same top 3. So just take it away.
Well, I think our top 3 are somewhere else as well. I'm gonna let you say them.
Wait, what do you mean?
'Cause
In
I
no
have two
particular
more.
order. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I did move forward with just like putting books like I want to read anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, top obviously Onyx Storm which is the third
Third.
Third. Yeah.
of Fourth Wing series. That one's gonna be
Pumped.
great. And then Sunrise on the Reaping, of course.
Yeah,
will
that's on
always be a
mine as
Hunger Games
well.
girl
Right.
till the day I die.
Any Hunger Games.
Can we actually
Yes.
talk about the power of Suzanne Collins and how she announced a book deal and a movie deal in or a new book and a movie coming out
Yeah.
in the same day? Like that
Crazy.
is so crazy.
I also love her because I feel like whether she admits to it or not, there is like a piece of her that is like an anthropologist. Like she releases books always in like the perfect time when stuff is happening in the world that
Yeah.
is like so relevant to the story she's trying to tell. And I just really respect that about her. So I'm
Have
excited.
you ever
Yeah.
seen the interview where she's like, everyone's like, we want a Haymitch story. We want a Haymitch story. And she's like, well, you're not getting one, essentially. And then she's like, I only write when I feel like I have something to say.
Oh,
Yes.
And
I
so
love
that's
that.
why we got Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And that's why we're getting the Haymitch one.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
for
like,
Yeah,
sure.
I have
something
something
to
to say.
say. I'm gonna listen.
I
to.
know.
Right. I'm sad.
I know. I feel like whenever she writes a book, which like these are obviously all works of fiction, but like when she writes a book, I feel like it's like your like philosophy professor writing a fiction book. Like
Absolutely.
you're gonna listen, you're gonna read
Yeah.
it. You're gonna
Right.
sit down and you're gonna dissect everything. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I love it.
So you did Intermezzo.
Oh yeah, that one came out this year, but I'm still excited to read it. I read Normal People earlier or like a few months ago, and I really liked it. And I know Intermezzo came out this year,
But you'll read it next year.
but yeah, I'll probably read it next year. Anyways, I think that'll be great. And then I think I added like 2 other books, but we don't have to talk about those because they're already out. So you guys take it away.
Go ahead, Liv.
Okay, I feel like I have too many on mine. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig is one of my top reads. It's a new book, like it's not in a series or anything, but Rachel Gillig is the author of the Shepherd King duology, which is One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns that I've like trying to make everybody read all the time. They're like dark gothic fantasy books, and I love them so much. The photos that I posted in cosplay are from that book, from that series. I just like I love her writing style. I love her use of magic. She's just like a magical person, that author. And so imaginative and fun. So I'm really excited to read that book. Even though you hate it, I'm excited for Rebel Witch, which is the next book after Crimson Moth.
Yeah.
That one comes out next year. I'm really excited.
I'll read
because
that.
I can't wait to see how it like wraps up. Oh, also A Curse Carved in Bone, which is the second in the duology after A Fate Inked in Blood, the Viking one that comes out next year. Of course, Sunrise and the Reaping, and then The Ballad of Fallen Dragons, which is the follow-up to When the Moon Hatched, which that one's not until like fall, which is really sad. Like,
bummer.
It's a good long while, but I guess the majority of mine are like seconds or thirds in a series, besides the new Rachel Gillig.
Well, my roommate, she is constantly like, I guess 2025 is going to be my year of reading sequels because, hey, this is for if you have a book club out there. Let me just make note that it is likely like a good thing to make a rule that you can't choose a book in a series.
That's so dumb. That eliminates so many good books.
Because you get in this problem where like you're choosing books that aren't finished, like series that aren't finished. So you're waiting. And if you're like me and you hate waiting, that's bum. Anyways.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So lots of sequels coming out this year.
So many.
Which is going to be so good.
Yeah.
And speaking of, my favorite author girly is Cassie Clare. She wrote her first like adult fiction novel last year, maybe. It was last year. And so because of production and whatnot, her second one got pushed back, but it's coming out next year. Very excited. It's called The Rag Picker King. It's such, oh my gosh, you have it. Swordcatcher's the first book.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting world. So I'm going to pitch it to everyone. Sorry. But it's this kid, he gets taken out of this orphanage because he looks like the prince. And so he's essentially the prince's body double his whole life. If it's dangerous, if it's dangerous, he has this charm that he puts on where like anyone that comes face to face, interacts with him will think that he's the prince. And so like if there's a murder plot, he's getting got. And his whole life, he's like trained to be this other person rather than himself. Right.
Whoa.
And so the prince gets himself into some trouble. And then there's this girl, Lynn Castor. She's in like the equivalent of like abnegation, but they keep like all the magical people like in a ghetto essentially.
Sure. And
she's only allowed to come out and like work on healing jobs and whatnot. And so she ends up having to like heal the prince because he gets himself into a spicy situation. And that's how they meet. And then chaos ensues. And
I want to read this.
I know,
like,
this
right
is
now.
so cool.
It's so interesting. And it's like her first, she's already a great writer, but it's her first like adult fiction. And she built this world from scratch because her other books are set in like LA, New York, London, that kind of stuff. So she's so good. And this book is so good. And I think it's only a duology. So.
I do stand a duology.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do we book club book this one?
Oh, it's big. Like, I don't think the people would be happy about that.
How big is The Secret History? Because it feels big.
I know.
Yeah. It's because the spaces of the words are like teeny, teeny, tiny. And like there's, it's like full pages of words.
Paloma tricked us into this.
She did. I think we'll have fun, but like she did.
See if I care about a person again.
Right. But anyways, my other books are Onyx Storm, obviously, Sunrise on the Reaping, obviously, The Rag Picker King, and these last two are for a very important, very select group of people. So if you're my people,
you're about to find
out. Know. There's a book coming out next fall called Alchemized, and I'm gonna leave it there. And then there's a book coming out next summer, July 9th. The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy is what it's called.
A memoir by Hannah Boss.
No, that is a book that you sound like you would love. And so I'm just going to leave those two there. And if you're interested, you can look it up. You can look into it. But that's all I'm going to say.
Love it. So, fave book, your favorite read of 2024?
My favorite one was kind of boring, but it was so good. Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara. Everyone that I've spoken to everybody about this book because it is so good. And it's honestly been around for a while. I think it's been around for like 2 or 3 years, but it's just so amazing. If you exist, I feel like you should read this book. Like, it's just incredible. He was the general or like the manager of 11 Madison Park, which is at one point the #1 restaurant in the entire world. And he just kind of talks about his process of getting to that place and then trying to like build a team and like all the things that they did to just like level up every step of the journey and how to just make people feel welcome and invited. And it's just so beautiful. It like really reframes the way that you see everything. And like dining now will also never be the same for me. Like I can only see it through that lens, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I love books like that just give you a completely different perspective and like just change the way that you view things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely the book. Hannah read it.
She influenced me.
Yeah, like it's just so good. And he's amazing. He went on to like open multiple more restaurants, and then his wife is the one who started Milk Bar, which is like the cake whatever. So they're like the hospitality power couple. Like they're the coolest. He has a newsletter as well, and yeah, it's just like it feels like, I mean, even though it's a book based on reality, it feels like you do enter a new world because it's just it's a place that you like don't ever think about.
Yeah,
you know what
really
I mean?
fun.
Like 5-star dining and it's just beautiful. There's moments that just feel like out of a movie that they create for people to make them feel just special and valued. Like it's amazing. It's such a beautiful book.
The hot dog story. I think about that regularly.
There's an anniversary story as well.
Okay, tell one of them.
Okay, the anniversary story or the hot dog one? Which one?
The anniversary. That one's cute.
The anniversary one, this couple actually got married in 11 Madison Park, and then they came back for their first 1-year anniversary. And what the restaurant did was they gave them the entire room. And then they set up a record player playing their first dance song. And then they also had like a special
not requested.
No. They set up the entire room for them, and then they had the music playing, and then they also did like something else like with the meal. They made them the meal maybe that they had like at their wedding or something like that. Their cake, something. Like they replicated something from that moment. But it was just, and then they shut the door behind them and they just left them in there for that however long they were in the restaurant. And they just let them stay there and like enjoy their anniversary. But that was just like so insane. Anyways.
The hot dog one, just because I love it.
The hot dog one's so good.
There's this family visiting and they're like, oh my God, we've done like all the New York restaurants. We've done everything, but they're heading back to like Europe like at the end of their trip. And it's their last meal at 11 Madison Park. That's their last meal in New York. They're like, oh man, we never had a street hot dog in New York. And Will Guidara, he hears this and he goes down to the corner, like hot dog vendor, gets a hot dog, takes it to this Michelin star chef and is like, hey, cut this into quarters, put ketchup and mustard on it. And he's like, absolutely not. He's like, no, trust.
Yeah.
And so they take it to this family and it's really cute.
Oh my gosh. I love that crap.
It's you would love this book.
Yeah, I have to read
and it's
it.
like story after story. And I think also the part that like food and experiences around food play in your life, whether it's at a 5-star restaurant or like around someone's like table at their house, I feel like is just such a beautiful thread throughout this whole thing. And even like his own personal story outside of whatever he did at 11 Madison Park. So it's a beautiful book. Like you will walk away being
inspiring.
like, I loved it. I loved being there in this world.
I have to read it.
A lot of people use it as like onboarding too.
Yeah.
Which
makes
fun.
so much sense.
Yeah. But it's so applicable in all areas of your life, which I think is so one of the like magical parts of it.
Yeah. Easy read as well.
So easy. I audiobooked it and he reads it.
Oh.
So that was really
that's
nice.
a good one. Like that's the one you want the author to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. What was your favorite of 2024?
My favorite? Oh my gosh. If you've been around me in the last month, you've been subjected to me like, oh my gosh, going on about this book. Empire of Pain. That is 100% my favorite read this year. It's essentially a what are they called? An op-ed, maybe?
I haven't read it.
Oh, what is it called? Anyways, whatever. It's nonfiction and it's about the opioid epidemic in America. And I'm not this kind of reader at all. I am not typically a nonfiction person. I feel like so many people around me were talking about it that I was like, I'm sick and tired of not being in the know. Give me this book. And so I got the book. I actually listened to the audiobook as well. Oh my gosh. My entire perspective on the world has been changed. And my mom's a nurse. And so I immediately finished the book and I said, hey, I need to know everything about like what you're allowed to prescribe and like how this works because this is corrupt. And like the skinny is that it's this family and how they single-handedly essentially created the opioid crisis in America through medical advertising and
Insane.
like conflict of interests because he owned an advertising company and the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
And they could just get around so much because they had friends in the FDA and
that's how it works.
It is.
And what's even crazier is they came from wealth. They already made money off of like a Valium empire from the 50s, 40s, 50s.
What is their problem?
And so they then created a way to like maximize their capital by taking advantage of like putting opioids on the market.
What is their problem? Are they in prison?
Well, they
the Sacklers?
No. So Purdue Pharma is the
their company.
Their company, and it's oh my gosh, no. So it's
there's a show as well called Painkillers on Netflix.
Yes.
If you don't care to read it, you can also just watch a show, which is great.
Well, talk about corruption. Okay, so the three brothers, they knew they were going to like go into lawsuits and whatnot. So they started pulling money out of the company.
Right.
Okay. And then they moved the company's like address to some place in like Rhode Island where they knew the judge. Yeah. And
how were
knew
they
the
allowed
judge
to do that?
Right. And knew the judge wasn't going to look to prosecute and knew he was just going to look to settle because he has a history of that. And so on goes like all of these families in this lawsuit. It's like a class action lawsuit essentially. And all these families are like, you guys killed my kid because of their addiction because you didn't test it essentially and didn't tell anyone it was addictive. And they maintained that it wasn't addictive.
Yeah.
Yes. Crazy work. And so just like all the corruption and then how it even like led into like the 2020 election. Like this is all like recent. And the guy who wrote it, he has like an epilogue at the end about how like his neighbors are like, hey, this car has been sitting outside of your house.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like crazy stuff. And like
I have to read that too. It's gonna make me mad.
No.
Yeah. The show is incredible as well. The cast is insane. Like the act it's Matthew Broderick.
Oh, really?
He plays the main Sackler guy.
Arthur.
The guy who like ran it basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. He plays him. And then the guy, I don't know his name, but he's in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. The guy who plays like he's a liaison between the heroes and
Happy
and yes.
Oh,
Happy?
no, John Favreau?
Is that the driver though?
Yeah.
No, the other guy. The other guy that's always with Happy.
Mr. Darcy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, that guy, Taylor Kitschek, who is in Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in it as well. Like the show is exceptional.
I will be watching that.
Yes.
Because even like this book is so amazing because he has like this whole thing. He's like, we can lose all our money. I know how to get that back, but you can't lose your good name. So he was focused on like making his name. So he like takes over an entire wing of the Met. And he's like, I want my name to be on here for like 200 years.
Yeah.
And that's in the contract. So we can't change anything. And like
Insane.
all of his wives are like, yeah, he was like obsessed with possessing things. Like that's why he had so many wives. Cause like he would get a divorce, but he'd be like, you're still in the family, Mormon adjacent. But I'm telling you, read the book.
Yeah, I have to read it.
Crazy.
Good.
You really sold that.
Sorry.
I'm gonna read the book now. I watched the show, now I read the book.
Yeah. I want to watch the show.
Yeah.
Because it's on Netflix.
I think it's on Netflix.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it because it was so good.
Yeah.
Oh
Your
my
turn.
gosh. Well, mine is a fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fiction girly. Fantasy, I guess, is the genre. Yeah. and this is funny because I actually haven't even finished this book yet, but I'm very, very close to finishing it. But about like, even, I was going to say halfway through, I was like, I love this book. So The Will of the Many is my favorite read so far this year. It's really crazy, the structure, and it also, like, it's a fantasy book that makes you think about reality. Kind of like a Suzanne Collins of it all, you know? It's not Hunger Games adjacent, but it makes you think about reality. So the main male character is an orphan, essentially. He works in what is the equivalent to a prison, but the prison, they have these things called sappers, and it basically like turns people into like, they're just like nothing, like shells of people. Like it's sapping all of their will because this society is built on the will of people. So if you're lower class, you're ceding your will to the upper class. So the senators, the sextus, they have 500 people giving them their will. And that's how society runs. Their buildings, their electronics is all built on the will of individuals. So this main male character is an orphan and he has never ceded his will. And his whole goal is to not cede his will. But once you turn a certain age, you're forced to. So through this, I can't even like say all the things because the pacing of the book is really cool. Again, it's like these big things happen. You're like, that could be the end of the book. And then there's a twist here. And then he's adopted by this person. And then he goes to an academy to learn how to be a sextus, basically, which is like high up in the Senate. It's just crazy. Like, it's very unique. I've not read anything like it fantasy wise. And also, it's a male author, which usually I don't like for fantasy. And it's also, there are strong female characters in it, but it's largely based on this one man, this boy, I guess. And I'm like, I'm bought in. And the characters that they bring in, there are a lot of morally gray characters, but you can relate to a lot of them as well. Kind of like in If We Were Villains, you're like, oh no, like
they all suck.
I relate to you and you suck. Or they're just like things about them that you're like, I relate to that, but I think you're a bad person and I think you're doing a bad thing. And you have questions. There are so many layers to this story, and it is going to be a series, I believe. And only the first book is out, so maybe don't start it yet.
Heard, dang.
Because you have lots of questions, but it's so intriguing. I think it's a book that I could probably read like 3 times.
Yeah.
Just to understand all of the things. It's like a true fantasy.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Standout book.
Yeah, me too.
Sold.
It's crazy. It's really good.
Oh.
I think you guys would like it.
It's big.
It's big.
Yeah, I saw it on here.
Yeah, it's a thick book. And you know those books where you're like at the end and you think back to all the stuff that's happened, you're like, oh my gosh, that all happened in this one book?
Right.
That's this book. It's crazy.
For sure. Okay, fine. Well, our TBRs all just grew.
I know. I think, let me look what Emily had, just as like a shout out. I think she had When the Moon Hatched.
Yeah. Or
When the Moon Hatched or
Crescent City
CC3.
3.
Yeah. Both amazing.
Great picks. So with that, we've read a lot of good books, and a lot of those good books have really strong female main characters.
We love it.
And we really love to see it. So without further ado, who is your favorite female main character this year?
Sure. Okay, I do have one that I can't say because I think it's too spoilery for the book. So I won't mention that, but it is a Crescent City character. So if you know,
you know.
You do know.
It's exactly who you're thinking.
It's exactly who you're thinking.
Give him an initial.
I can't.
Oh,
I literally
dang.
can't. I love that woman. Okay. But the one that I listed instead is Rave from When the Moon Hatched.
Yeah.
Again, you meet her. She is an assassin. She's an assassin in this guild. Similar, it does give like Tog vibes at the beginning. For a guild she's like indebted to. She cannot get away from them. But she's also fighting basically like the kingdom. She's in the streets like helping people or whatever. And then you see her life unfold. And I like her because she's relatable. Like, she does some stuff and she's kind of like rude and mean sometimes, but it's relatable. It's like, oh no, I would react that same way too. Like, she's gaining her memories back and trying to figure out who she is and what's happened in her life.
Yeah.
And so sometimes she makes choices that's like, you suck. But it's like, no, that's what you would do actually.
Right.
And at the end of the day, she is very strong-willed and determined and fighting for her sense of justice for herself and like for the kingdom. I thought she was really cool.
Yeah.
And she's kind of hot.
Right. That'll do it.
And she had, well, And there were dragons. You know? Makes everything
Dragons.
better.
Dragons.
Okay, what's yours?
I started my Throne of Glass journey this year.
You're
happy
So
for you.
of course
Yeah.
it is Aelin.
Yeah.
Which is like obvious. I feel like everybody who reads that series is like, this is the best written female protagonist ever.
She's too good.
Cause
I do
yeah,
agree with
like
that.
she really is. I don't think I've ever read a female character who's like this. And I will also say, when I first started reading it, I wasn't sure if I liked her very much.
Yeah.
Cause I was
She
a little
grows.
bit, yeah. Cause I wasn't like endeared to her. I was just kind of like, girl, like we're on survival mode. Like I don't
Right.
even have time to like you. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? And
Nor
so
did she. Nor did
no,
she.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. And like respect, obviously, she did what she had
Right.
to do. But like I still haven't finished Throne of Glass. I'm on Empire
She's
Storms.
working on it.
Yeah, I am actively working on it. But she's amazing. My other favorite character though in the series, it's like a secondary, is Lysandra, who becomes important
Yeah, she's a good one
eventually.
as
But
well.
she's very
She's
cool.
so good.
She's very interesting. And her, like, I for some reason, like immediately when her character was introduced, I was immediately endeared to her. I was like,
Yeah.
I like the plot. I like
and you
her
know her
vibe.
situation too. So
Yes.
there has to be
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, for sure. So
For
anyways,
sure.
those are my top
I
ones.
think what's so-
Lysandra in Kingdom of Ash too is so good.
She gets better and better.
Yeah, that's a character that only gets better.
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
And I think the same for Aelin, actually.
Yeah.
agree. Manon, she's just kind of consistent.
Yeah.
Which
Love her for like
Love.
from
She's
the
a
start.
baddie.
Yeah, she is a baddie. Definitely.
But what I do love about Aelin, and I think SJM's women are like written like this. I love how she like loves nice things. Like she wants nice clothes.
Yes.
She wants good chocolates and pastries, and she wants her apartment to feel vibey.
Yep.
And then she also is like
A baddie.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
baddie. She can fight. She can hold her own. She also is intentional and cares about the people that she runs into in her life.
Mhm.
She
Like
has
she
a
has empathy.
dog.
Yeah, like she's just she's the representation of like this is what women are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
multifaceted human.
For
sure.
sure.
And that's written so well.
Agreed.
So it's
I
like, yeah, you
agree.
can't not love her.
Exactly.
She is every woman.
Exactly.
Aelin is a free woman.
She is.
I love
is.
that.
My character is Queen Bryce Quinlan.
Bryce Quinlan.
Love her. I love her. That's my SJM girl.
Yeah.
I'm riding with her.
Because you
So,
are her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel very connected to her. So I read Crescent City 3 this year, so she counts.
For sure. But she's also a baddie.
She is. She is. I just think she slays.
She does. She has the audacity.
She has the like cunning that Aelin has.
Mhm.
Not to that level, but like she operates in that. She has trauma, but
They
I
all
just
do.
think she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's cool. And again, I would also choose the one that you're opting out because
Right.
she is the moment.
Yeah.
That's a baddie.
That is next level.
I
But Bryce is
digress.
also
read
great.
the book.
Yeah.
I do need to mention something really quick that's unrelated to these questions, but Hannah, the sweater that you're wearing looks like a book. Like I keep on looking
Oh!
over it and I keep thinking it's a book.
It
But the
does.
top one, especially because it's like
Yeah.
white, it literally looks like an open book.
If you're not watching, it is a snowflake. She's got a
You should
sweater
be
on.
watching.
It's like a snowflake.
No,
Yeah, go to YouTube and watch it. But yeah,
they
the
look
little
like
shit,
books.
Like, the
yeah.
snowflake looks like books. That's so cute.
Abercrombie sponsor me.
No,
Honestly,
right,
though, I
right.
need some more of those.
No,
squirts.
it's so cute.
No, right.
They're so good.
Right.
Love.
Okay, so we talked about the girly pops because they're the most important, but we also do have to talk about book boyfriend.
Oh my god.
Like we love the supporting males.
Yeah.
Yes.
So top book boyfriend for 2024.
I think I'm entering a harem with Olivia.
With the same men, yeah.
Yes.
We just take the
Yeah.
turns. We just take turns.
Oh my gosh. We just trade weekends.
Yeah. Okay, so
Love
on
it.
ours, we have the same two on ours.
Yes.
Okay, so we had, I'll say Rune Dannon.
And then Kai Azar, of course.
Yeah, we both had those on our
Love
list.
them. They really are like most elite men.
I think Kai is so good because we do get so much of his like inner dialogue, and obviously he's written by a woman,
Yeah.
but like he says stuff, and I want to
No.
die.
I know. Well, I think, okay, and I'm going to say this. Kai is a different kind of like mailman character because it's like, yeah, it's enemies to lovers, but like he's soft. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not someone who has like a hard exterior that you have to like get to know and like he's trying to
He's a
hide his
feeler.
emotions. He is a feeler. And I think that's what's so attractive about him as a character because he has emotions from the jump, and he's very honest about them. Like, he tells her exactly how he feels every step of the way.
When he
She's
braids
the
her
problem.
hair.
Right. Right.
I need to read this book.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so gross.
I know.
I love it.
It's like he's like, hey girl, my woman.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, come stay the night. She said no.
No, it's too good.
But like I think that's probably why.
I think so too. And at the same time, he is like strong.
Yes.
He is fighting. He's like a trained warrior.
Yep.
He's like all of those things.
Yep.
He's a total package kind of guy.
He is. He is. Even when he's like having to hunt her down, he's like,
Ugh.
hey, you broke my heart, but that's still my woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Love.
I'm trying to pull up some quotes from him because
They're so good.
I remember reading this in Barnes & Noble because I was like, I need to go somewhere. The thing is, like, this is all like slow burn. These are young adult books.
It's
They're
literally not
spicy.
spicy.
Yeah.
No spice at
Yeah.
all. But so he goes, Peyton's talking to him. And Kai goes, tell me what you want me to call you. And Pei goes, what you want to call me? And Kai says, I want to call you mine. That's
Right.
it.
No,
You're disgusting.
no, specifically
disgusting.
thinking about what's your favorite color, Kai? He's like, I never thought about my favorite color until I saw the like most beautiful blue eyes. And he's like waxing poetic about her eyes, and then he's just answers is like blue.
Shut up. No, this one. This is the one I was actually thinking of. Okay, so this is his inner dialogue. If I am to be her enemy, I want it to be because she
No.
loathes herself for wanting me.
Yes.
That's giving
That was
Anthony Bridgerton.
Crazy.
It is.
It is.
Very Anthony
Kai-
Bridgerton.
Oh my gosh.
Stop talking.
No, right. Right. Because like everything he says, he's like openly flirting with her at every given moment.
And I love that.
Any moment.
Yeah. And like, it's perfect.
And I need to read that.
I mean, that says exactly what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rune
That's
Dannon
the
for
female
all-
fantasy.
It is. Rune Dannon.
For all
Men
the
that don't
obvious.
lie.
Right.
Just men that tell the truth and are nice.
Yeah.
yeah. Rune
Awesome.
Dannon.
You love
That's-
Rune. I personally love Rune
Yeah.
already, 1 and 2.
Yes.
But Crescent City 3
right.
sent him right over the edge.
He like grows into a whole new character by the third book.
yes.
And he like matures so much. Like, again, you love Rune from the jump.
Right.
At the end of the day, Rune is just a frat guy.
He is.
He
And
is
actually,
just
at
a
the
frat
beginning, it's
guy.
like, you're gross. I like you, but you're gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. He lives in this nasty. He's a prince,
Right.
but he lives in this nasty house with his friends.
bros.
Yeah, and they have parties like ragers all the time.
yeah.
And he's just a frat guy. Like at the end of the day, that's what he is.
Yeah.
But like then he gets serious, and like he brings a lot to the table, and like his character is really fun too because you see him fall in love without ever actually knowing who it is.
Yeah. With like the personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so.
And
it's
even
so
him,
good.
like his character growth of him accepting himself and who he
Yes.
is before all of that. Yeah. I think it is
Yeah.
like the character arc for him that's so good.
And also because like in the beginning, him and Bryce, their siblings, are kind of like estranged.
Yeah.
And so like to see him like work on that relationship, he is just such a good character.
Yeah. He is.
And he's perfect.
He is perfect.
Good looking.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Good looking. Good looking. That's so funny.
He is like the only alt boy though. Like
He
in all
is.
of Sarah J. Maas's,
Yeah.
characters.
true.
Who did Emily say?
Emily said Kingfisher
Crazy.
or Khan, which Khan is from When the Moon Hatched. And he is
Right.
good. He is different in that he straight up worships this woman
Oh,
from
love.
beginning to end.
Yeah.
He is consistent
Respect.
and he is obsessed.
Right.
No matter the version of her, he adores her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dan's.
I am sticking with my man Asriel, and now that I'm actually doing some like looking inward, I do think it's because he reminds me so much of Anakin Skywalker.
I I am cackling.
Yeah, I actually am dead serious. And like that is my first crush ever, and like that totally does make sense why I'm so endeared to him, because like objectively we don't know a lot about him.
Right.
We know nothing.
Yeah, but like
she said
something.
you were meant to be seen and not heard anyway.
Yeah, correct, correct.
Danny's man.
And that's my man, and I'm sticking by him.
Yep.
But yeah, maybe it's Anakin Skywalker of it all. Maybe it's just because he's
Maybelline.
hot.
Right.
He's secretive. He's broody.
Yeah, he's mysterious.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So far, nothing not to like, you know?
for sure. I do have like a sinking feeling in my gut though. Something bad's happening. Something bad is happening in Oz. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. Those are the men of 2024.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And so we only have a little bit left of this year. What are you guys going to read? Or if you had to recommend, like, cozy book, whatever that means to you guys, cozy book rec for the rest of the year, like, read this book by the end of the year.
I would like to put forth that everyone should read Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh because it's so cute. I read it last year and I will be reading it again this year and I'm not a rereader. I hate rereading.
Crazy.
But like it's so cute. It's so cute. I was giggling the whole time. It's friends to lovers. It's like these two people, they are flying to Dublin for Christmas and they're like from the same school, whatever. They ended up sitting next to each other and they just like have a friendship grow. So every year for the last 10 years, they've caught the same flight back home together.
Oh, cute.
And so they become friends and it's a lot of like they do their Christmas at the airport and they like exchange gifts.
That's really cute.
He's always dating someone or she's dating someone, so like their timelines never overlap because they're friends.
Yeah.
So finally, like this 10th year, neither of them are dating anyone and like it's this whole thing. And so there's a blizzard. I think it's in Chicago or New York, one of them. There's a blizzard. He's not going to be able to get home for Christmas and his family is like a big Christmas family. And he's like distraught. And she's like, I literally do not care. But she's like, you are my friend. I have the means. I'm getting us home for Christmas.
Aww.
And so she's got like an assistant and the assistant's like rerouting them. And so they just go on like a misadventure all over everywhere until they get back to Dublin. And it's just so cute.
That sounds cute.
But flirty.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God, are they flirting? And
I
you're
want to watch this
"No."
movie.
Yeah.
Can
It
they
would be
make this a movie? It sounds
great-
perfect.
It would be
Get
so
Lindsay Lohan
good.
on this. What the heck
Literally,
is that girl
I'll
doing?
watch it every year.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you'll have to read it. It's
Yeah,
so
sounds
cute.
cute.
And it also has like a sequel about his brother, also set in Ireland.
What's it called again?
Holiday Romance.
Holiday Romance.
I need to get to Ireland
Right.
at the
Me
end of the
too.
day.
Also same.
After
Yeah.
reading those, I was like, my
At
man's
the
an
end of the
Irish
day.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My man's an Irish man.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I started thinking about small med school. Now I'm sad.
Right.
I'm sad.
My book, totally different spectrum. It was I think my favorite fiction read of the year was If We Were Villains, and I think it's just like such a good book to read, like with this weather, like
Yeah.
especially if you're in like not
About to say
sunny,
not Texas.
not sunny and cold Texas, which is confusing, but it's about a very like Shakespeare heavy. It's about like all these theater kids, mystery kind of vibes. I just feel like with a fire, some
Yeah, it's
coffee,
perfect.
hot chocolate, whatever, hot toddy potentially,
There you go.
it would slay. It's just so
Yeah.
good. It's such a great read. I think I read it in a day actually.
You really enjoyed that one.
I did. I just had such a
You
good
and
time with it.
Paloma.
It was a good fun.
Yeah.
Mine also is not like a fun holiday one. It's One Dark Window, that I mentioned earlier. I love those books so much, but also it's like same sort of vibes. Like it's gothic fantasy, so it's like it's in the town of Blunder. Everything is literally misty all the time. Like they're deep, rich colors. It's cold, fireplace, like that
Wow.
whole vibe. And I think I actually read the second one last Christmas because it came out around then, and it was the perfect time to read it. Like it's just cold. It's an easy
Yeah.
read. You can read it like over Christmas break or whatever, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's just a good end of year read.
Love that.
Please read it. I need you both to read it. I actually don't know if you'll like it, Dan's, but
Why?
I don't know.
mean,
I just can't tell if you
I-
like it.
in my mind, it's like if you like Wuthering Heights, you'll like One Dark Window. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is the
think I
same
have
vibe.
kind of seen people say that on TikTok.
Yeah, just with magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's my like classic advice. So
Yeah.
I need to read it.
I know
it's-
you will like it.
I know.
Yeah,
And it's done. It's a duology.
it's done.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
on that.
It's done.
And the second book, actually, like, I dare to say book 2 was even better than
That's
book
what I
1.
love to hear.
And in a very different, unexpected way. You're like very pleasantly surprised by book 2. Let's go through all of our book club books this year. We have the
Should I get the
stack of them.
stack?
Get the stack.
Okay.
And we're going to go through and say yes, no, maybe to these. And I think, I mean, maybe in general, yeah, just like yes, no, or maybe to these book club books. Okay, so if you're watching, we're going to hold up the books, but if you're
Right.
not, we'll say the titles too. Okay, so in January, it was If We Were Villains.
Which love?
It's a yes for me.
It's a yes. Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm gonna
love.
just.
Yeah.
Okay.
February was Crimson Moth, Heartless Hunter.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I think also these books were like Ruthless Vows a little bit.
Same sort
Like
of vibe, and I think
pacing.
it's actually the same publishing house. So that would make
well, there we
sense.
go.
I also was out on Ruthless Vows. So
I liked Ruthless
I
Vows.
loved it
I
as
like
well.
this.
Divine Rivals. Divine Rivals.
Divine Rivals. Yeah, I always call it by the
Yes.
second book.
Yeah.
Divine Rivals, same diff, whatever. The Women.
The
Yeah.
Woman,
Yes.
Chris and Hannah, yes. Especially for book club.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't read this one.
Homes
Homes
Where the Bodies Are.
Gosh.
Guys, I'm juggling a lot over here.
Oh,
my
okay,
God.
yeah.
And the base book is like paper. So
Right.
I'm having
That's
some
fair.
struggles here.
Okay, next one.
Homes Where the Bodies Are.
I would
Uh,
say maybe.
If you've watched Criminal Minds, just do that instead.
Yeah,
I
and actually
think-
that's so true. Like this book, I wanted it to be. It was fine to read.
Yeah, it was
But
fine
I
to read.
literally guessed everything about the
Yeah.
book from the beginning. And this is a mystery book, like a thriller mystery. You should not be able to guess everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the cover is very cool because like the VCR is
Yeah, they
Okay.
discover an old VCR, or like an old VHS tape that leads them on a
The cover is
spiral of
cool.
like this person that was murdered.
whoops. 5 Broken Blades. I'm gonna go
No.
Big no for me. I
pass.
It was
hated this
so
book.
bad.
It was very boring. All the
So
characters were
boring.
Did
boring.
not care about a single character.
The
Nope.
premise is so good too. Like usually I feel like in book club we're like, man, this needed to be like 100 pages shorter. No, this one needed to be like 100 pages longer. Like you needed to like give us
Yeah.
so much more
Yeah.
buy-in to these characters.
Yeah,
It was
agreed.
not. It was not.
The
it.
cast
This
was
one's a
too
pretty
big.
edition.
It is
What
pretty.
I
really?
think Red Tower is just doing that now. After Fourth Wing, they were like, we're gonna spray edge all of our books, and people are gonna buy them,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And like period.
and we did.
Well, Red Tower is also like not putting out good books.
And
so
that's the
that's
thing.
why.
That's the
Oh.
thing.
They capitalized on Fourth Wing and then rushed her for the next one, and that's what was
And
bad.
now all of them are crap.
There we go.
Dreadful. Oh
Dreadful.
my gosh, dreadful. Hated it.
DNF this one
I also
actually.
didn't read. Oops.
I actually, that's probably the worst book that I've ever read in my life.
It was like trying too hard to be zany and quirky and weird.
Well,
it
it
just-
was not at all.
And it just kind of
Interesting.
fell flat
It was so boring.
in every way.
it was so boring.
Okay, we do have 2 that we don't physically have, so I'm gonna pull it up on my Kindle. Happy Place, Emily Henry.
No, it was a no for me.
Yeah, it was a no as well.
I think you could talk about it at a book club and like get things together. But if you're our book
let me get
club,
the
you're just
cover.
talking about how much you hate these people.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm
It
out
was
on
a fun book club.
Here's
We
the
had cake.
cover.
It was good.
Everyone.
Oh yeah, the vibes were up.
Cover
The
was
cake
very
great.
cute. Yeah.
The book was not it for me.
It's definitely also like a summer read. We read it in February.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was
Summer
kind
read.
of bummed.
I think
Yeah.
we were trying to get like a romancy one that wasn't so heavy romance, and
Yeah.
it just kind of
Which, to be fair, for Emily Henry, usually her books have a lot more depth, and I just feel like Happy Place in general just falls flat on all fronts because
Mhm.
the female main character sucked. The male main character sucked.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
premise.
It was
The
just,
Friends
like, giant
sucked.
miscommunication. I didn't like it.
the other one that we read was Meet Me in Another Life. This one was
Oh.
very good. I would say yes.
I would also say yes.
I would say yes as well.
It will get you thinking and having an existential crisis should you choose to go there. Your body, your
Yes.
Love it.
choice. But like very interesting, very good.
It'll make you think.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took a turn.
Yeah,
I
very
think about that sometimes.
unexpected.
Yeah.
That was
very
fun.
unexpected.
Good book club book.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Okay, then we
Ninth
have Ninth
House.
House.
Yes.
Yes.
Loved so much more than I
Yes.
expected.
Agreed. great time.
And we did a podcast
book.
episode on Ninth House.
We did.
Yeah, check it out.
I
Yeah.
loved that conversation.
That was such a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
this book is like, it makes you think.
Feminist literature.
Yeah, it is feminist literature.
So much of it based in reality.
Yeah.
Was very cool as well, like on her Instagram and stuff, going to the places.
Yes.
You don't get that a lot with a lot of books, and that was very interesting.
Loved it.
That's actually something I really enjoyed. Like as a whole, I want more fantasy books set in the real world versus
For
like
sure.
their own world.
Yes.
I think that's so
Make
cool.
this world
It's like a different
magical.
genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Harry Potter, I think that's like one of the things that J.K. Rowling does really well.
Mm.
It's like a world inside our world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True. Okay, Vicious, which I would say yes. This
Oh,
was
yeah.
great.
I'd say yes as well.
I do get this one and
Ninth House.
Ninth House.
Me too.
My wires
Well,
get
we
crossed.
read them like back to back as
We
well.
did,
Yeah.
and they're both like dark academia, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the next one, Secret History, same. We've been in a dark academia
We've
role.
been in a vibe.
Yeah, we started the year Dark Academia and we ended it.
I don't know if I can.
Ah,
I haven't
which-
finished this yet because book club is not until Thursday. But so far I would say yes.
Yeah, I finished it, and I would say absolutely yes.
I would also probably say yes if I were farther in it. But I can't believe we bookended the year with Paloma's books. How annoying.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, it is a great book. It is definitely like it doesn't look that big, but it is very long.
It's
yes.
a lot.
It's very
Dense.
very dense, but it's so interesting. I would say I would put it in like a psychological thriller category.
Yeah.
And
And
Dark
I like
Academia,
that.
absolutely.
Don't expect to like any of the characters.
No. There's no romance.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun about this book whatsoever.
yeah.
But it is
but you're locked in.
But it's a fantastic read. You'll learn some new words as well. Donna
Yeah.
Tartt's a great author.
we had a lot of good ones this year. We did have like a
We had
lull
some duds.
of bad ones. It was like back to back though.
Our
Yeah.
summer reads sucked.
summer reads. Yeah.
For
Aside
sure.
from that, we were pretty good though. We had a
Yeah.
lot of good books.
We started the year strong and ended it really strong. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
First one.
Superlatives. Always booked superlatives. Okay, wait. I gotta get my people in order to know like who is where.
Right.
If you're watching on YouTube, we are holding up names. We're also saying them for audio, obviously.
But the names are funny. But guys, I want the shock value of us seeing them.
What do you
Well,
mean?
Because I feel like that'd be funny.
Well, I mean, well.
Yeah.
We'll hear you say it and be like, what?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say it and then choose it. 1, 2, 3. Reveal.
Yeah.
Okay. Most likely to be a Tamlin apologist. 1, 2, 3. Me.
Wait, I think I said Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hannah.
yeah.
Most of it's Hannah. That's hilarious. Most likely to never finish their TBR. Oh my god.
Oh.
wait.
Stop looking at mine.
I know,
You're
sorry.
cheating. Okay, most likely to never finish their TBR. 1, 2, 3.
Emily.
Dan.
Me.
I feel like that could be all of us to be so
Yeah, no,
right.
that is
I was
fair.
going it's gonna like never end. Like she keeps adding things.
Yeah,
But
that's
like
fair.
I understand.
Me, I'm like consume too many
Yeah.
like types of media
Right.
in order to
You're so impressive.
No,
though.
that is crazy. Most likely to compare a real man to her book boyfriend. 1, 2, 3. Hannah.
Yeah.
1000% Hannah.
Yeah.
Most likely to fall in love with the red flag. 1, 2, 3.
Hannah.
Hannah.
Oh. I'm shocked.
You're shocked.
But no, that's fair.
If I could hold up 2, I would literally hold up Dan and Hannah.
And that's why we're friends.
That's
Jack.
hilarious.
That's so good.
But her red flags are different than my red
That's true.
flags.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
They are still the color red.
No, for sure.
Red hasn't changed.
Most likely to buy multiple copies of the same book. 1, 2, 3. Me.
Live. Right.
That's your whole brand.
That's literally
Yeah.
her whole brand.
That is my brand of tism. Most likely to take a book to a party. Ooh. 1, 2, 3.
Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
She's
sure.
not here, but she's home reading.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Most likely to say hot after Lucian's metallic eye is described. 1, 2, 3.
Wait. Sorry. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Dan.
Hannah. Wait. That's hilarious.
No,
We
me.
got a bunch of Lucian lovers.
No,
up in here.
what? I've never once said I love Lucian.
Right, that's crazy.
No,
That's
me
crazy.
neither.
Why did you?
I'm not a
say
Lucian
me.
girl.
Me either.
Yeah, well, I just
You have to
imagine
explain
being, like,
yourself.
hot.
Yeah, you would say it. No, but you're right. Emily would as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for sure.
for
Emily feels
sure.
For
right.
sure.
Most likely to name a kid after a book character.
Oh.
See, tough. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Liv.
Emily.
Hannah.
Oh.
Oh. Wow.
I
We all
think-
have book kids.
I was thinking, I was
Book
like,
kids.
Liv would totally give like a middle name.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
Yeah.
I think Emily would as well.
Oh, for sure.
There are some good names out there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moonbeam?
Kingfisher.
Dannon, Crown Princess of Valor and Faye.
But wait, what's the other? Who's the guy? Oh my gosh. Rowan. That's a great
Right.
name.
No, Rowan
No,
is a good
Rowan
name.
is a great name.
Name anything, Rowan.
There are good ones.
Yeah.
Edward Cullen?
No, period.
Skin of a killer.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, most likely to win the Hunger Games.
Oh.
Oh.
1, 2,
please.
3. Me.
Liv.
Live.
Absolutely. Like, zero doubt about that.
Yeah.
Most likely to be found at Rita's.
Oh.
Also easy.
Yeah.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
sorry.
Hannah.
Hannah.
Yes.
Right.
She's
Love.
partying.
If
she
you
is.
didn't see me
she
pour
is
the
our
champagne.
Cassian.
Yeah. She is our Cassian.
Most likely to lose sleep over a book. Tough. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Emily.
Live.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, see, I was torn between myself and Emily.
Yeah.
Only because Emily, like, she stays up reading
That's
those
what I was
books all the
thinking, too.
time. She's a late night girly too.
I was like, Liv likes to go to sleep. She'll
I
wake
do
up and
like to
read.
Yeah.
most likely to procrastinate reading the book club book. Obviously.
Ooh. Can I just say everyone?
1, 2, 3. Hannah.
Yeah.
Liv, she looked at me. I said, right.
Right.
She's
No,
reading while she's setting up.
Oh, right.
True.
Most likely to recommend a book they've never read.
Oh.
Ooh. Don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Sorry.
This one's tough though.
This is tough.
Well, let me say this. When I was writing it, I was like, most likely to recommend a book. Like, oh, I saw that on TikTok. Like, someone said it was really good.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Me.
Liv. Yeah. Fair.
Me.
Yeah.
I feel
Fair.
like if I
Same.
It's the TikTok consumers for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
That's where I was.
for sure. And I also feel like I haven't read Empire of Pain,
Right.
but
But you
You
I
are a brave
recommended it.
advocate.
I was like, you should read
Yeah.
that book. You know,
right.
Most likely to read a book after seeing the movie.
Oh,
Wait. Okay, I'm back.
1, 2, 3.
Dan.
Dance.
me, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Media
I don't care
consumer.
about spoilers either, which I think
Yeah,
is why.
that's crazy.
No, that is crazy.
Yeah.
And
I'm-
you actually need to put that in our video of we listen and we don't judge.
that I don't care
Yeah.
about spoilers. I'll watch a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
really crazy.
No, like any media, when you read books too, you don't care.
No, I don't.
That is crazy.
That's so crazy. Like, especially like if I've seen a movie, I'm like, no, like I know what happens now. I'm good. Like Percy Jackson.
right.
I loved Percy Jackson movie, comfort movie.
Yeah.
And then it took me years to finally break down and read the books. Ah, dang. I hate the movie now. And that is
Yeah.
also why I don't read books anymore that are movies.
Movies
That's fair.
first. This is funny, Hannah. Most likely to fall for the wizard.
Wait, I gotta think.
Wait, I know. I
Yeah.
thought I had an answer, but I'm like, wait.
Now I just want to listen to Wizard and I.
I know. We were listening to The Wizard and I.
Yeah, obviously. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Emily.
Emily, she's falling for that wizard.
No, she is. She's going to Oz. For
It's
sure.
his little dancing sequence with the moon.
Right.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I like
Yeah.
him.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Most likely to be on the dance floor in the Court of Nightmares.
Oh.
Are we just talking about like in general?
I'm thinking,
like,
remember when
Casa Noble.
Are we
Casa
talking
Noble.
Nesta
We're-
style? Or we're
Yeah.
we're on the dance floor. Interpret it how you will.
talking- Okay. 1,
I
2,
don't know.
3. Hannah.
I put me in dance.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
be. Yeah. We'll be on the dance
You'll
floor.
find us there.
Push out. Push out.
Most likely to volunteer to go into the cauldron. 1, 2, 3.
Live.
Me.
Yep.
And she's ripping something out of it.
Right, she
She's
is.
jumping right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely to go into a Shakespeare phase after if we were villains.
Sorry, that was targeted.
No, yeah. What?
1, 2, 3. Dance.
Dance.
Yeah. We knew the answer when writing that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, most likely to secretly be an EO from Vicious.
Oh.
Extraordinary. Ooh, secretly be an
This is when I was like,
EO.
turn the stack of books to me. I need to see what we read.
Oh, right.
I feel like I have to think about this one.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Liv.
Emily.
Hannah.
Oh. I could really
Respect.
see any of us doing that. though.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. All of us. Most likely to join a secret society or cult.
Oh. Oh. Easy.
Right.
Respectfully, I think we've all been in one. Okay, ready?
Right.
1, 2, 3. Emily.
Emily.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Fair
That's
enough.
true.
I was like,
that's
been
true.
there, done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Most likely to be found at the scene of a crime. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hannah.
Yeah.
And actually only because you have FOMO, not because
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I know.
You
Not
wanna
because you're
go
in
see-
criminal activity, just because.
you want to go see what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. Room
You
where it
cannot.
happened.
Right.
Most likely to be a thespian in a derogatory way.
Yes.
Wait. There's 2 answers.
Wait. Wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Dance.
Me and Emily.
Oh, fair enough.
I literally
fair
almost
enough.
said Emily
Yeah.
and dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is originally what I was going towards. and I
Emily's
said,
halfway
actually, Liv
there.
has lore.
Yeah.
Liv does
that's
have
true.
lore.
Like when she posted the picture at the Macy's, with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade
Right.
with the marching band. Right.
Yeah. She
She has
dancer.
Yeah.
She has the lure. Most likely to win a snowball fight with the Bat Boys. I think we're all winning if we're there. So
No, right.
True.
Go team.
I don't know if I have one answer for that.
It's a group effort.
Yeah, it's all of
It's a
us.
Yeah,
Professor.
that's fair.
We're winning.
No, we are. We're taking home gold.
But
The
if
Line
I had to pick
Goodman.
one, I was gonna say Liv just because of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
also going.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No,
Okay,
that
cute.
was fun.
That was fun. I love
that.
that.
was cute. All right. And so that's a wrap on our end of year book club, book podcast, always booked
Yay.
conversations. And we've had so much fun doing this. And if you want to see more about what we're doing, see more about the books that we're reading, feel free to check us out at our website. We'll have the links down below. And we'll also have a if you are looking for a gift for a bookish person in your life, well, we've got you covered. We have a gift guide that will also be on our website. So
Cutie.
stay tuned.
Yeah, and we have so many fun things and like dreams for the next year and beyond because we love books and we love our book club and bookish community. On our website, like Hannah said, we're going to have a newsletter, a monthly newsletter, which will give you like book club recs, discussion questions, decor and vibes for your setting if you want them, and just some other fun stuff. We also plan to start some book retreats next year, which is really exciting. We did one with our book club, and we think about it every single day because it was so much fun.
So fun.
So just like many fun things to come next year with Always Booked.
Yes, we love books. We think they're so important. Reading is so much fun. And we are so thankful for this incredible community that we have, I don't know, started, have, like,
Found.
found.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much fun. So we definitely want you to stick around. And yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And tell your friends about it. Share this video. Share our TikToks. Share with us your favorite books that you read this year in the
Yeah.
comments. And yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, always.booked. on Instagram and TikTok, or always
Dot
booked.
always dot
Yeah,
booked,
on TikTok. But we're everywhere, and we'll see you in 2025.
Yay!
Yay!
We
Bye.
love you.
Get booked.
Get booked.